Barbershops have been a staple in American culture since the early 1900s, and today we are seeing a resurgence of the barbershop culture. By 2020, the men's grooming industry is projected to rake in $20-something billion. We are going to explore the art and the culture of the barbershop and why this industry has been taking off. We'll talk to Terry Guido, a barber, and Francesco Palacia, a frequent barbershop goer, to hear their takes on it.
I've been getting my haircut at a barbershop for about 4 years now. Honestly, it is the talent of the barber. If they give me the type of fade that I really like, whether it's a high or low fade, I'll obviously keep coming back.
You have 8 days of class and then you're on the floor. I've never even held my tools and then I'm out there, just cutting hair and shaving people. Almost 2,000 hours altogether. So the state requires you to have 1,800 hours, but the school in Flint has a really high standard, so they make sure that everybody still does 2,000 hours. But I think it's one of the best schools in the state. It's more okay for men to care about their hair. Like, men's grooming seemed to be in the 90s and the 80s kind of like become mechanical. Like, they just wanted to get in, get out, have it quick, and get back to work or get back to business. And I feel like the generation coming up, it's not like that anymore. So it's okay for them to be picky and care how they look and care about their hair.
I was looking to change my hairstyle up, so that's why I started going to a barbershop. Really enjoyed the different styles that a barbershop could provide.
I'd say the attention to detail, especially in my shop compared to a lot of the chains here and a lot of the barbershops that are rising up now, they do appointments. I have a whole half hour with your haircut. So there's no reason for me to rush through your cut, or I don't see everybody as money. I see them as my own personal client. You're walking into, Bo Ricks or Great Clips, and you're not their client. You're a client of the company, of Bo Ricks. So the person cutting your hair, they just see you as you're $10 to them. I don't pose much of a threat. I mean, the barbershop, there's one across the street called Union, and when they're busy, they'll send people to me. If I'm too busy, I'll send people over there. So we have a good relationship, and there's so many people out there to cut hair, that it's not really necessary to be super competitive.
In this modern day and age, with social media being a huge opportunity for free marketing, it plays a huge role in barbershop success. It's a huge boost to be able to get that free marketing, have the barbers display their different cuts and the styles that each individual one can do, so that a customer can have kind of familiarity with the barber's style prior to even coming into the shop.
I would say it's huge. I mean, that's the only marketing I have. I have social media and, hoping somebody walks by and sees the shop, but I don't have the big bucks to be able to spend, put a billboard up, or any of that stuff. And I don't know if you could tell, but we're in a basement, so, we're not as visible as the, stores that are above ground. So social media is huge. Instagram, that's where I started, just, really posting cuts, and people, when they see it, they comment, and I've gotten a surprising amount of people that have been like, yeah, I found you on Instagram. It went really quick, actually. Like, I had no intention of opening my own shop, and then I had stopped into this hat shop here in Ferndale and got to know the owners a little bit, and the opportunity popped up while I was still in school, and they were like, hey, if you want to start a shop, we have an opening starting in December, and I was, just finishing up school, so they let me know about November 25th, and December 15th we opened the doors. I was always into my own hair. Like, I never knew if I could cut hair, but I was always, really picky about, the style of my hair and really into trying different things and stuff like that. But I never thought I could do it, so I went to college, did the traditional route, and ended up getting jobs outside of college when I graduated, and I hated everything. I was a liability claims adjuster. So I did that, and I worked for a charity. I was actually a pastor for a couple years, and nothing just seemed to click or seemed to at least pay the bills either. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back and do what I always wanted to do. So my wife picked up a couple extra jobs, and I was going, working a restaurant on the weekends and then going to school Tuesday through Saturday. So it was pretty intense, but I could be good at this, cutting hair. Because I already knew I could talk to people. Like, that was one thing, I had experience in. My bachelor's was in communication, so I did a lot of those types of classes. So once I figured it out and learned how to cut, I was like, this is for me. Don't waste time. Life's like, it's really short. You can't just keep doing something and being miserable. I feel bad at how little I feel like I work. Like, I don't feel like I do anything. I come in, I chit chat with people, make them look good, fix haircuts, help them, feel better about themselves, build confidence, and to make Lefty's Barbershop be a place where where you're gonna get the best haircut. I want Lefty's to be the best barbershop in Michigan.